Hey guys, all right, let's strap in for some fun here, guys. This one's gonna be about talking about ranking in the Google Map Pack. Now this might be a little bit of a longer one. There's a lot of great info in here. This is kind of the Google Map Pack. We all know it's the top three map results that you get when you search in a lot of local searches. They're really good. They're really powerful. If you can get your client ranked into the Google Map Pack, that is an amazing feat. You really want. I shouldn't say it's an amazing feat because it's very doable, but that has a ton of value for a client, and they're going to be crazy happy, pumped that you get them in there, and it's fantastic. So why don't we just dive right in here, and I'll try to make this as quick as we can. So at this point in 2016, the Map Pack is obviously the most valuable piece of real estate on the front page. This is especially true for local businesses. It has a higher click-through rate than anything else on the first page of Google. The businesses in that three-pack are the ones that get the most leads, they get the most calls, they get the most clicks, they get the most anything. So they're the one. That's the spot that you want to be in. But the thing is, how do you get into the Map Pack, right? It used to be where the Map Pack had 7 spots in it, and then Google did a whole rearranging of their algorithm and things, and then all of a sudden it was back down to 3. How do you get on there? There are a number of different ways that you can get into the Map Pack. But really what it is there are not a number of different ways. There are a number of different factors that contribute to being in the Map Pack. Such as current rank, so where you are organically in the search results, the number and the quality of the backlinks coming to your site, as well as citations. They also play a big role. So we're going to cover the whole process here today, so you can kind of envision it and see what it is, what the Map Pack is, what it does, and how we get in there. So we're going to cover it all. So the first step, we need to kind of figure out what kind of search results we're seeing. So before you go and start building a ton of citations or a ton of links, you want to see how Google is evaluating that specific search term that you're going after. So do your search in an incognito tab, the search that brings up the Map Pack, and then go through the results. And this is what you want to be paying attention to. You want to see where are the businesses in the map. So note the businesses in the Map Pack, and then also note where those businesses are in the organic search results. For example, are the top 3 websites organically also the top 3 websites in the Map Pack? Are the top 3 websites organically, are only 1 or 2 of them in the Map Pack? Are none of them in the Map Pack? Are the one, just pay attention to those. Look at what you're seeing. And so what you want to look for is, if the businesses in the Map Pack are also in the organic search results on the first page and in the same order, then you're going to need some sort of, you're going to need traditional SEO juice, that's links, that's on-page optimization, in addition to what we're covering here. If not, then applying these tactics with minimal, applying these tactics, meaning what we're going to be covering in this video, with minimal, quote-unquote regular SEO, should do the trick to move you up the search results and into the Map Pack there. So the first step in the process, no matter what you're doing, is you want to make sure that the Google business listing is verified. Go click that link, support.google, blah, 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 and just go through the steps there to get it verified. If you've never had a listing verified before, it's a very simple process. I'll probably shoot another video on it just to show you how it works, so that you can, kind of figure out what needs to get done if your client is not verified. So the verification can take anywhere from a couple of days to a couple of weeks. And while you're waiting for your verification card, what happens is Google will mail out a postcard with a code on it that you have to enter online. They're going to mail you a code, and then you punch that into their website and you get verified. So Google is going to do that, but while you're waiting for that to happen, you can start optimizing your website. So the first thing that you need to do, either it's your site or the client's site, is you need to geotag the photos. So geotagging your photos essentially means you're adding location information to them in the form of GPS coordinates. The website that I would recommend you guys go do that on is geotag.online. It's run by this amazing SEO guy, Stephen Floyd. He's really great. I love him. He created this website after traditionally what people had been using to geotag their photos was this program run by Google called Picasa, but Picasa, I believe, is discontinued. If you already have it, then you can use that, but if you don't already have it, then you're kind of out of luck. So go use Geotag Online, upload the photos to there. His little tool will add geo coordinates to them, which is fantastic. Really, really great little tool there. So essentially what it is having photos on your website that have your GPS coordinates on it, and that are the GPS coordinates of your business. That's a major trust signal for Google. If it's possible to do, if it's not a website with millions and millions of photos, go through there, download every single photo from the website, run it through the geotagger, and add that information, because what we're going to be doing with those photos also is we're going to be uploading them to the Google Business account, the Google My Business, the map thing, and when the photos are in there, you have the same photos with the same information in both spots. Things look really good for Google. They're very happy about that. That's a very big trust factor. So what you want to do is, the next thing is, while you're in the process of downloading and geotagging those photos, you also need to retitle them. So image titles with random numbers and letters are they're really a squandered opportunity for improving your rank. Use LSI variations of your keyword, your business name, and your business address in the titles, because you also gotta remember here, guys. Google, it doesn't it's not a machine that has eyes. It can't actually view the images. It can view the data and the bits that the images are made up of, but it cannot actually see them. So if you give Google an image and it has a title that says, hardware store New York or something, Google's going to be like, all right, this is probably a hardware store in New York. I can't really see it, but I'll take that title at its word, and the fact that it has this geo coordinates on it, those are even better, yada yada. So add that in there. Don't just let it be this sort of like nothing squandered opportunity here. This can be really a chance to rank better. The next thing here, guys, if you're running WordPress, this is a cool little shortcut that I found out when I was doing this for a client. When I say downloading every photo, then re-uploading them with geotag, location data, that might seem kind of like crazy, right? Like, I don't want to do that. That's so much work. If you're running WordPress, which hopefully you are, there is a cool little plugin, Enable Media Replace is the name of it. You can install that right onto your website there and get things rocking and rolling very, very easily to go in and replace those photos without having to, it saves you about 4 or 5 steps in the process. So it's really fast. So, think about that. Next thing, guys, is you want to look at the footer of your website. So the footer is the next place where we want to do some optimization. Using a site-wide footer is best for what we're going to do next, meaning that if you're using WordPress, there are tools for this. That essentially you edit the footer one time, and then it's the same on every single page across the entire website. That's what we want for this. What we're going to be doing there is we're going to be adding a Google Plus embed badge, a Google Map embed, and schema markup. So I'm going to shoot a whole video on schema. So if you don't understand this right now, or what the hell I just said, I will cover it. Worry not. So the Google Plus badge, even though we might not think Google Plus is anything special, Google still thinks it's very special. So embedding a badge from your Google Plus page is a trust signal to Google, and trust signals are what we're all about. Check out developers.google.com/plus/web/badge. And you can get your Google Plus badge right there for your business page. You want to make sure that you're grabbing it from the business page, not your personal page. So that's a very important distinction. The next thing is we want to do a map embed. Again, this is another trust signal for Google that we're a real business. We're operating out of the address on our Google business page. So we have maps.google.com is where we want to start. Type in the address of you or your client's business. Click on the Get Directions icon, and you can then go to the menu icon. It's the one with the 3 little vertical bars, and select Share and Embed Map. This has your address on it. This is really cool. It's an opportunity to kind of show Google, again, more trust that you're another trustworthy business here. And the last thing that you need to add to the footer is something called schema markup. Now, again, as I said, I'm gonna shoot a video going more in depth into schema, but essentially, schema is it's sort of a web language, a sort of library of HTML code, I should say, that feeds Google very specific information about your website. And Google has said that they want more people using schema. They like schema. So adding that on there, we're able to tell Google exactly what we are. We're a local business. There are schema tags for specific kinds of local businesses. We can tell Google what our address is, what our phone number is, what our websites are, Facebook, our logo, how many reviews do we have. If you've ever seen in the search results, some websites have like the star rating next to the URL. That's schema markup in action right there, which is really cool. So Google likes that. Google is going to give preference to those sites that have schema over those sites that don't. So, and this is also part of building trust to get into the map pack. So again, there are tons of tools out there that will kind of generate schema for you. But once you're familiar with it, if you have a little bit of experience with HTML, the language is actually not too hard to do by hand. And there's a template I'm going to share on the kind of schema that you need to be adding to you and your clients' websites. So I will share that, and you will see actually it's pretty easy, and you can just go in and edit that with your client's info. You can check out the full documentation for schema at schema.org, but everything you need is going to be in that template. So, essentially, the more info that you can give Google about your business using schema markup, the better things are. So, the next thing we're going to come back to. So once you've taken care of all those things, as long as you've done the verification correctly, you should have your Google business listing all verified, and everything should be good with that. So, once you have these three items added to your website, again, the site-wide footer, we're going to jump back over to the business listing. So the first step is to completely fill out the photos section of your Google business listing. And this is where your geotag photos come into play. So I think you can add something like 50 photos or something like that to your Google business account there. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that section is completely filled out. You want everything. It doesn't matter, because some of the photos, they have categories. Just fill every single slot with as many photos as you can. Grab them off of Wikipedia if you have to, if you don't have enough photos from your client or whatever. And make sure that they are all geotagged with the same coordinates that are the address of the business website. The address of the physical business. That's super, super important. So make sure that's there. The next thing you want to do, you want to add a long, well-written bio to your listing. I'm not sure if you actually are still doing that. These slides are a little bit older, so they may I think now they may just pull it in. I'm not sure you can actually edit the bio anymore, but if you can, make sure that it's well written. Make sure that Google has some good content on it. And you want to also pay attention to your business category. Make sure the business category is correct. For your listing. And the thing is, you also can have multiple business categories. Go through the category listing there, take a look, if you or your client services, if you guys fit into more than one of Google's business categories, then by all means add it on there, because that just means more exposure for you, casting a wider net. So just a quick note here, guys, the first, obviously, this stuff is kind of tedious, right? But it's also super duper important. Because it's such a tedious thing to do, most business owners and marketers are going to skip it over or do kind of a bad job doing it. And, that's the reason why people don't rank in the map pack, is because they get lazy, or they think it's, they get lazy or they don't want to do it. And, let your caring about doing a good job and impressing your client and creating a great case study for future clients, let that be your unfair advantage to do a really good job with this stuff and rank in the map pack, right? And so the final piece of the puzzle here, guys, is we're talking about citations. Now, we covered citations in the crash course, and we covered citations here, but just want to, again, go over them, because it took me a while to figure out what they were, so I just want to make sure that they're super clear for everybody. So, a citation, again, it's simply a mention of your business's name, address, and phone number somewhere on the web. Citations build niche trust and authority, as well as location trust and authority. So niche meaning like a plumber, like like a trust in the plumbing niche. Location meaning location trust meaning like in New York, like New York centric ones, for example. So getting citations. Now we talked about this, but we'll go over it again. You can build them by hand yourself. As you go, and I would recommend you doing that initially just to get a sense of what it's like. But it will take forever. Personally, I recommend working with a company called Marketers Center to do your citations for you. I will, feel free to message me when you're doing the order. We can hash out which packages are the best for your client. I'll also post a link to them below this video so you can check them out. They're actually a great company for also doing press releases and things like that, which we'll also talk about. So getting citations, like next level, right? Now, so usually just getting the basic packages of citations, it's usually not going to be enough to move you up the map pack. If that's the case, I would suggest using whitespark.ca to find all of your competition citations and then copy as many of them as you can. Some people like to start with this step rather than going with a blanket citation list, but either of these methods can work. And again, I'm pretty sure this is covered in the citation video, so you guys can go through that and refer to that for extra info. And guys, honestly, that's it. Once you have all these steps in place, you are poised for success with the Google Map Pack. And what you need to remember here is you also should be building links and properly optimizing the on page for your website as you're doing all of these things. And you want to, and without if you're not doing that, then you're not going to see results. And the final ingredient here is just patience, guys. Google loves to take its sweet time with things, as that's sort of an overarching theme of this whole course. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the group or shoot me a message or whatever, and I would love to go through here, guys, and make sure that everything is understood and everybody gets it, because this stuff is really, really powerful. You can seriously charge your clients, I wouldn't say an arm and a leg, but you can definitely charge them a lot more money than just your standard monthly fee if you're gonna optimize them and get them into the map pack. So it's really, really great, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.